Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far. And the beef regarding automatic tactical sprint certainly does not stop. Doug and Parasite still going at it on the timeline, but also Shotzzy revealing that Crimsix, maybe due to ATS in part, went through almost 30 controllers during the Modern Warfare season. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Tell this channel reach new people. Please consider subscribing as well if you have not yet already. Firstly, this from Brian Tate. ATS this, ATS that. Why are there even two different variants of sprinting in the first place? This honestly is a pretty good question. I didn't really think too much about this, frankly. You think, okay, let's just get rid of auto tac sprint, but of course tac sprint, keep that as an option within the game itself. However, what if you just get rid of tac sprint entirely? Why, frankly, is it even in the game? It's a big question to me, because I'm not really sure why they even really added it, frankly. Like, obviously it was alongside the Warzone stuff at the same time, but why does there need to be two different elements of sprint? Like, as Brian says, it's a good point. Are there any players that actually tactically use their tactical sprint at different moments? Like, effectively, tac sprint is just sprint, right? Like, and you don't even use the normal sprint. Like, that's just a really strange, it's a really strange thing, frankly. Like, I don't even know why the other one is used. As Arcitys says, all my homie ARs hate tac sprint, right? So, you know, we'll see if they do anything about this. More than likely, ATS is just straight up going to be gone, but, and tac sprint stays in the game. Look, I want the game, for what the pros play, to be as close to what, you know, regular casual players play as it possibly can be, with, you know, the bans and the GAs that are required to some degree. You know, I don't want them to remove tac sprint or anything, really, because I'm like, casual players coming in would be kind of confused what's going on. But at the same time, like, I'm not really sure why it was added in the first place, quite frankly. This also, we just saw yesterday, right in this thread, when Parasite was calling Doug Censor Martin a brick brain from, well, his perspective really on auto tac sprint and keeping it in the game for his own benefit. And well, Doug certainly does not stop on the timeline last night. No ATS, I guess I'll just drop a 10 kill streak versus Parasite again. So we can see he's down here by about 70 points. He comes out with a nice 10 kill streak, and they go back to like a 30-point deficit or something. So pretty nicely done from Doug Censor Martin. He even said yesterday that, like, he thinks he's better without auto tac sprint, but he wants it for the, you know, health of his thumbs and other players' thumbs and this type of stuff, going it forwards into the future as well, rather than having to just button mash the controller again and again and again. So yeah, nice little corner here from Doug, and you know, fast forward, he ends up finishing off the streak. And this I thought came out because, I mean, look, if you Doug Censor Martin, I mean, look at this guy, he's honestly hilarious. If you actually read through some of the replies to his tweets, the amount of hate this guy gets in his replies, it's just absurd. Like, fair play the mental fortitude to come out, and he's talking trash on people here on the timeline. He's like, look, if you don't know what you're talking about, like, you can go away. He looks at basically what the scoreboard was at, like they were losing this much, then he goes through, and at the end of the clip they were down by a little bit less. He was like, look, if you don't know what you're talking about, you know, shut up and go away, basically. And you know, this continues right last night. He says at Parasite right here, so like, he tweets this out, and then he adds Doug in this tweet, or adds Parasite in this tweet, does Doug. What? See you at 4:30, because I believe obviously they got this scrim set up that we just saw that clip of right there. And then this clip comes out from Parasite where, you know, they actually won this map 250 to 248. So in the end, Center's team lost it. You know, want me to post my V2 Rokkr? I had a good V2 last up against you with the sub, which, you know, he ends up putting this 10 streak on the timeline. But, you know, as Parasite says, who won that map? You, because I decided not to call it in. So I thought this is funny, honestly. And as he said right here, solid corners, Doug, to this 10 kill streak we just looked at. You know, you almost won the map, right? So yeah, despite all this clip being particularly nice, you still lost the map at the end of the day. Wait until LAN, I'll be dropping 20 streaks. So nice little bit of beef really between Doug and Parasite here. We had this last year during a time in the Cold War season when, like, Parasite really didn't want to team with Doug in challenges, and there was a fair bit of back and forth that went on at the time. So maybe Doug can keep getting the one up on him here, but of course they lose the map at the end of the day, it seems. So let's talk about this also from Crimsix. We're going to discuss Crimsix here in just a second, but it gives an idea for the scoreboard to Sledgehammer Games. Call of Duty competitive scoreboard idea: kills, assists, deaths, and then OBJ. Some interesting observation, frankly, that maybe could come into play. Now, as JB Chris has forgot damage, right? Damage would be great to see, but you know, I'm not going to get greedy with this one. OBJ is an interesting one. I guess in Hardpoint it's just hill time. In Search and Destroy, I guess it's bomb plants or whatever. And in other game modes it certainly can work. But you know, kills, assists, and deaths would make way more sense, I think, than eliminations and deaths, which is very frustrating, frankly, to see. You know, it's better just to see what's what, right? In every other game, you get to see your kills, assists, and deaths. But in Call of Duty, they decided to go down the eliminations route, I imagine, because for, you know, for players that maybe are newer to the scene and they're going double negative, they look a bit better than they usually would. I think they brought that in Black Ops 4 sometime, which probably is an intelligent move, but it's not exactly the best thing, I think, to look at sometimes. So let's talk about this ATS stuff in a little bit more detail. Shotzzy comes out with a video last night. I was impressed by this title, man. I mean, look at it. Shotzzy prefers Halo over COD, question mark, exclamation mark, with a shocked face emoji. Like, this is straight out of the playbook, so fair play. But and all caps, maybe not exactly preferable, but you know, each to their own. And anyway, he does this video. It's a really great video, honestly. Like, the more content shots he does, the better, frankly. Like, this guy's really entertaining. He answers a load of good questions, and one of the ones he answers was from Deserto, and they kind of ask him, look, how many controllers did you get through through during Modern Warfare. With the fact that auto tac sprint was gentleman's agreemented, therefore you can't use it, you're button mashing your controller every single day, you're playing so many hours of Call of Duty, how many controllers is that breaking over the course of a year? He says that actually not too many. For him, he only got through 4 or 5, which seems like quite a lot, frankly, but still, I guess, if you're playing Call of Duty every single day, you're probably going to get through a fair few controllers. But Crimsix went to the next level, and Shotzzy reckons that he was breaking these controllers all the time, whether it was to do with ATS, or whether it was due to frustrations, he would just smash them out while I go through a new one or whatever. Crim was getting through 20 plus, if not 30.
This question is dexterity into how many controllers did you run through the MW season? I don't understand. So, like, a lot of people probably think I go through a lot. Like, I get this question so much. If I had to guess, so listen, I bought a decent amount of controllers. I'd say I bought, like, around 6-ish, but I didn't use all 6. I, like, bought the others just in case, you know, mine broke or something like that, right? So, like, if I had to guess, I'd probably say I went through, like, 4. Truly. And I feel like people... I personally think that's normal. In MW, just because of the fact that, like, I've heard... Bro, Porter went through, like... I'm not even trolling. He went through 30 plus, bro. There's no, like, he at least, or 20 plus. I'm probably over exaggerating. He definitely went through 20 plus. But me, 4 to 6, 4-ish, 5-ish, that's not bad.
So I wonder what Crimsix was up to be breaking all these controllers. Like, I suppose Tac Sprinter was having some impact on it, right? And maybe that's why Crimsix is saying, like, his thumbs, you know, like, you know, the whole question that Crimsix has had the last couple of months or so, really. But maybe, like, if Shotzzy's only getting through 5 and Crim's getting through, like, 20 plus, like, there might be some different technique Crim's got going on the thumbsticks, or, like, if one controller just, like, I imagine Crimsix, if one controller starts not performing particularly well, or he loses a gunfight, like, he'll just smash it on the floor and get another one, I don't know. Like, it just feels like something that he might do. But, I mean, still, 20 plus, not too bad. I guess, like, if you've got a sponsor providing you the controllers, it's okay. But that's the thing, if Tac Sprint really has this much impact on the amount of controllers people go through, if you're an amateur player trying to make it, you don't have the money to go through all these controllers every year. Like, and that's why Tac Sprint, some would argue, like, it should be maybe banned in the CDL, but allowed in challenges and stuff, because, you know, it really affects the finances of some of these guys that are trying to make it, right? Like, it's already a lot of money, right, to put into a PC and to get enough equipment that you can play on a high level, and then to add through all the controllers you might have to buy. Like, if you're going through 5 controllers, like 5 Battle Beavers, you know, that can be like $600-700 through a season, right? Which is, and if Crimsix is going through way more than that, but of course, I'm sure he's not paying for it with the sponsor providing and stuff like this. And also, we got this from Scump. I just wanted to share this clip as well. His perspective on ATS. He was apparently using it a couple of weeks ago, but has since taken it off because he believes, which is, well, pretty likely, it seems at this point, that it is indeed going to be GA'd over time.
Is ATS G8? I don't know. I don't play with it just because I feel like it's inevitable that it's gonna be gone. So I took it off a while ago, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. I took ATS off probably a couple weeks ago at this point. But I just, like, you gotta pre-fire those types of things, you know?
So, of course, a lot of Call of Duty players as of late have been moving over to the Halo side, or at least having a good time playing it. And while Shotzzy seems to be one of those guys, he did say in the video that he prefers, at least on a competitive level, playing Call of Duty because, well, it's just like more, I think he basically implied that it's kind of crazier hype moments and clutch moments when you win a 250, 249 hardpoint. And he just reckons that for now, that's more interesting to him, or at least more exciting at the high level. But of course, Halo's was Shotzzy's game for a while. This movement is honestly absurd. If you guys have played this game, I have no idea how he pulled that off with the grapple. I'm going to have to give that a go, but I'm sure I'm going to fall drastically short. But, you know, anyway, Shotzzy having a good time on it. But there also was some talk about this in Halo, which I thought was kind of interesting, because pretty much everyone has been, you know, singing the praises of the game, and understandably so. But the Halo, like the hackers question, has definitely been raised the last few days. As Clay says right here, so many hackers in Halo right now. We've seen in Warzone, for example, it's been a big discussion point. Of course, in challenges and stuff like that in Call of Duty, it's been a major question mark. And we believe at some point this year, the Ricochet anti-cheat or whatever is going to be arriving, not just to Warzone, but also to competitive multiplayer. Now, we don't know when that's going to happen. We think it's going to happen relatively soon with any luck, and that should alleviate all these issues we've had the last couple of seasons. Halo hasn't really seemed to have got there yet, which is a bit of a concern, frankly, for that scene. Wonder how that will go, because, of course, a lot of the guys have been playing as of late. Like, we see this from Chino, like a back and forth here between Chino and Jacob and the like, and there was this guy they were spectating right here that apparently a lot of these guys have run into. He picks up the ball here in oddball, and it's just so blatant what's going on. Like, you can literally see the other guys guys through the wall. And, you know, some of the plays he was making are just obviously like, well, he's obviously got the hackers on, right? And as Temp says, you know, lol, Slasher said he's actually not hacking. Slasher goes, you know, I just think he's listening a little bit better than maybe other people are. But I mean, look at this play particularly where the guy jumps over the top, he just tracks him straight through the wall and then guns him with, you know, the clean headshots. And Temp goes on to say like he was just nailing me even through camo with them with no issue at all. So, you know, Clay's like, this guy's definitely hacking. And as Jacob says as well, I really hope Halo figures out the anti-cheat stuff. Cheaters will kill a game fast. So could be interesting if Halo doesn't figure this out. I don't think it's necessarily good for Call of Duty that Halo doesn't have an anti-cheat. You want the competition to be there in terms of the 2 FPSs, but it certainly might do something for how Halo is perceived in the long term and the success of that game if they can't figure out the anti-cheat, because it's taken an awful long time for Call of Duty to figure out. You would think that maybe Halo's got something up their sleeve here, but if they nail that one as well and they get the anti-cheat out quicker than Call of Duty does, then you know, you've got to be asking your questions right about the state of this game right now. This I also thought was hilarious just to mention here, as Brian Saint says, like he thought this is kind of funny here on the Reddit, which is pretty funny, right? So there's you know, this guy comes up with this idea, Frank Sinatra right here, that possibly Optic could have done like some sort of secret strat last year, where effectively versus one team, the team they think is their hardest opponent and champs or whoever that was, then every single scrim they play against them for about 1 to 2 weeks before, Cinder just straight up helps them out. They call players out, rotations, all this type of stuff, which apparently is going to mean they win every practice scrim. I don't really think that Cinder being in there are cheating in a way, because you can't do this on LAN obviously in an actual arena. Like you know, it's going to help you win a scrim, and like win every single scrim. It might help you a little bit. It's probably not going to help you win every single scrim, but anyway, like the idea was that you basically just put your opponent on the back foot. They think that they can never win a scrim against you because you keep beating them in scrims because your coach is giving all these callouts. They might get a bit nervous, then maybe the scared team at Optic win the matchup on champs. Not really sure why like this has to be Optic specific, but I thought this is kind of a funny idea that probably would never translate into reality. But as Egg says in reply, I forgot what game it was, but I had a theory this actually happened before, no BS. It honestly wouldn't surprise me, says Slasher. So apparently some team back in the day, maybe a long time ago, deliberately kind of cheated in a way. Of course, not talking about Optic here in Cold War, but some team in the past may have done this. They kind of deliberately cheated in practice to just get into the head of their opposition when they got to the main event. And just to mention this thought process here from Sight, definitely intrigued to your perspective on this one. This is probably my answer, quite frankly, for the best Call of Duty ever, at least the one that I had the most fun on. And looking back on it, is just the best time I had playing Call of Duty, frankly, was Black Ops 3. Sack says the same thing. The greatest COD ever created, and it's not close. I think, to be honest, it is close. Black Ops 2 certainly up there. There's some other ones that are there or thereabouts as well. But yeah, to me, Black Ops 3 is difficult to beat. So I'd share this for you guys to critique in the comment section below. But very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. Tell us the YouTube gods this is a good video, and I was like, you should see it as well. And I'm growing the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care, and I will see you next time.